Hello, welcome back to the Illinois fans, another edition of AEW Collision Out of 10. And this week's show aired on a special night too to avoid competition from WrestleMania. So AEW was airing at the same time as its sister brand ROH, which is an interesting little one. We have an interesting card for this week's show, including Adam Cole hosting a TNT Title Open Challenge. But we kick things off with Nigel McGuinness and Tony Schiavone on the stage to discuss what happened on last night's Dynamite. And out of nowhere, Shafir dragged some poor woman onto the stage while beating her out. She went to the announcers Tesk and took the mic from the announcer before Mox joined her. Claudio Castagnoli destroyed the camera and beat up a cameraman while Yuta caused some chaos. After some talk, Mox issued a challenge to Samoa Joe before leaving. So brutal start to the show, but kind of what we're used to with Death Riders, and maybe that could be the next world title feud, who knows. Before we got Kevin Knight taking on Lance Archer, obviously a physical challenge. The Murder Horse Monster dragged Knight to the stage and beat him up a bit before dragging him back to the ring. The Jet used some of his high-flying offense to take Archer off his feet. Knight and Archer put on a good match in a Powerhouse v High Flyer contest. The way AEW has presented the Jet since signing has been great, and this allowed him to tap into that underdog quality he possesses. Knight scored what many would call an upset win when he got a springboard clothesline to get the pin. This was a solid outing that helped continue the Jet's rise in AEW. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10 for me. A good start to the show, big win for Knight, and then Archer, I think, doing the job he does well in AEW. We then got Josh Alexander and Takeshita taking on Rocky Romero and Ishii. The Don Callatoni was in action for the second time when in this match, and Ishii and Takeshita were two bruisers on their respective teams squared off to get the match going with an exchange of strikes and takedowns. The four men involved in this match were all very different competitors, but they also gifted performance who know how to work with talent of any kind, so they were able to produce a really fun physical bout. The ending of the match was a bit confusing at first, but eventually made sense. Romero didn't tag in when Ishii needed him, and it led to their loss. Then Trent Beretta showed up and helped Romero attack him. Don Callis family came back, and Don headed Trent a monkey wrench to use as a weapon against Big Tom. Beretta is back, and it looks like Romero's joined the family. The conglomeration may well be a thing of the past, which is good as well. So gets 7 out of 10 for me. I thought this all worked well in terms of storyline, and decent match too. Moving on into Megan Bain, who was in another handicap match this week against two local talents. The two women took the fight to Bain and hit a double drop kick right at the gate, but Bain fired back with a suplex to both competitors at once, and she hit 3 power bombs on one woman before taking the other's head off with a running clothesline. She pinned both women to get an easy squash victory, and basically rinse and repeat of what we saw last week. Before Adam Cole came out for his TNT Open Challenge, and he was surprised to see Claudio answer the call. The Swiss Superman cornered Cole and immediately hit a huge slam to assert his dominance early. The fight spilled out of the ring once Cole made a comeback. The majority of this match was made up of a long period of Claudio dominating while Cole made a short-lived comeback. It put the champ in a position of an underdog right away, and their size difference added to that perception. The TNT champ began to build some momentum after the break by focusing on Claudio's neck. Castagnoli had the upper hand with a suplex, but Cole rolled him into a crucifix to get the win. These guys have known each other a while, so it's no surprise they put on a great match. The only downside was it's another loss for Claudio, even after the Death Riders' declaration of violence. Show upset he was, he destroyed the announcer's table in a fit of rage, and the rest of the Death Riders talked him down and it's forced him away. So great match, but it kind of didn't make sense in terms of Death Riders, so I'll give it a 7 out of 10. But moving on into the LFI, who had another squash match against local talents. They were given the opportunity to rack up some hospital bills in this squash match. It was as one-sided as it gets, and ended with Roosh hitting a running corner kick for the W. Before we got Commander versus Nick Wayne for the ROH World TV Championship, Wayne ignored the code of honour and spit his gum into the opponent's face, so Commander hit him with a drop kick. We returned from a break to see Wayne controlling their pace against the high flyer, but Commander didn't let him keep the upper hand for long. Commander managed to avoid Wayne's world and hit the poison runner that set the challenger out of the ring. He followed up with a moonsault through to the top of the floor, but his shooting star press blocked, and Wayne hit his finisher to become the new ROH TV champion. This was one of Wayne's best AEW matches to date, highlighting him effectively without a bunch of shenanigans from his stable. So worked really well. Gets 7 out of 10 for me. Great stuff, and I think Wayne, with a belt, even if it's only ROH belt, could really benefit from this. I'm intrigued to see what he does with it in the coming weeks. Before, in our main event, it was the Odd Couple team of Mercedes Moné and Harley Cameron when they took on Statlander and Hart. Cameron and Moné traded bags because neither of them was interested in taking Statlander on. Stat and Hart had a brief moment when the puppet Moné, before their action got started. Their big feud in this match was between Stat and Moné. Both of them had stand-up moments. Cameron and Hart made sure nobody forgot they were the focus. The end of the match saw Hart hold Moné in a submission, so she had to watch Statlander destroy Cameron to get the win. This was fun, but felt a bit unfocused at times. Statlander was definitely a star here, and Jet gets a 6 out of 10 for me. I think it's good momentum building for Statlander ahead of another match from Moné, so intrigued for that when we get to it. 6 out of 10. And overall, Collision this week gets a 7 out of 10 for me. It's a bit of a weird episode because most of what we got was good, but having 3 squash matches was a bit excessive. Wayne winning the RH title was a nice moment for him. Nia and Archer put on a fun match, and the main event tag match had a lot to like, but the best match of the night, no surprise, was definitely down to Adam Cole against Christian Cage.
That's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.